Friday when suspects Kamohelo Mutankisi and Lerato Selepe allegedly entered and killed the farmer's wife, her 17-year-old son and 5 employees. The accused have abandoned their bail application and will return to court again in September. eNCA reporter Moloko Moloto is at the memorial service. He joins us now live to give us an update. Moloko, tell us exactly how the 7 people have been described by those who stood on the podium.
Good morning, Masero Ratlaga. The memorial service for the 7 people who were brutally killed is actually still underway here at a multi-purpose center in Kestell. You would remember that actually among those 7 people who were killed was a 17-year-old youngster, Rudy Bindo, who was the stepson of the farmer, and he, according to the program director at this memorial service, Rudy was the first one to be killed on that day, and of all the 7 people who were killed, Rudy is the only one who was stabbed to death. It seems the other people were shot at, and as he was saying that, Masero, you could feel the emotions that have begun to envelope this entire hall, really people being unable to really deal with that information. And among the people who are here in this memorial service, and as my colleague is showing you, the 2 young stars who have had to step out of the hall simply because they really were overcome by emotions. And these are the young stars who attended the same school, Retief High School, with the slain young star. And we heard from the school principal, Mr. Els, who told us that Rudy was a budding rugby player. In fact, he says he's been playing for the under-19 team. It was only this year that he had joined the first rugby team at the school. So a youngster with so much potential, not only sports-wise, but also academically. His life was cut short by merciless criminals, marauding criminals who have absolutely no respect for human life. And of course, the young people from that school are in the memorial service. One of them is joining me now. His name is Reabetze. He is the friend of the slain Rudy. Reabetze, thank you so much for being strong for us, my brother. You just tell us about your friendship with Rudy. When did you meet?
Okay, Nali Rudy, we met 2 years ago. We were attending the same class and we've been friends ever since.
You've been friends ever since. What are some of the things that you are going to remember about your friend, considering the fact that you're no longer going to see him?
Firstly, I'm going to remember his smile and the way he just take care of situations. Kore ina le motho a onoka sidulu o le sedi ha le teng around. O happy pula le happy ntong lengwe e vaya sharp ha le teng.
And I am sure that you as youngsters, you were excited about the future that was lying ahead of you. When you were interacting with Rudy, what were his plans for the future?
He planned on after school, he was planning to go farming with his family and push farming.
Thank you so much. Well, Masero, we hear from the friend of the slain Rudy that he was a man who was full of smiles, and his future really was to go into farming when he finishes school. Ironically, he died at a farmhouse where he stayed with his parents, including his stepfather, the farm owner, and you could see the pain that was palpable when we were interviewing the stepfather, the farm owner, who said, look, I will have to come back to that farmhouse, but I'm all by myself and it's painful. And he was saying that perhaps it's about time he retires from farming. And this was one point that was mentioned here by one of the speakers, saying that, look, we are attacking our farmers, threatening food security. This both the farmer and the farm workers, as much as they were making to make a living for themselves, but primarily they were working to create food for us as South Africans, Masero.
Story there, Moloko Moloto. And just to remind the viewers, those suspects, Moloko, attended their bail application yesterday, and they in fact decided that they would abandon that bail application.